Okay, heading out west today to do the review on the Oppo A91. Let's jump in the car, go and get some video, some photography, test out the battery life, all that stuff. Have been using it for 2 weeks, so I've got a fair bit to say about it. And don't forget, comment down below if you've got something you want to add to the review, and help me out. Links down below if you do want to purchase it. That would be much appreciated. Let's go. Now before we head out and do the review on the road, I just want to mention the specs. 6.4 inch AMOLED display, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, dual SIM, memory card slot, headphone jack, USB Type-C, 4000 mAh battery, Helios P70, Gorilla Glass 5, Android 9.0, ColorOS 6.1, 48 megapixel rear facing camera, 8 megapixel wide angle camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor, 2 megapixel monochrome sensor, and a 16 megapixel front facing camera. And I've just got to say quickly, it is 1080p, 30 frames per second, or 720p. There's some slow-mo in there that is variable frame rates. Now let's get out and do the review. So the first thing I'm going to do today is test out the video on the Oppo A91, because it's got this stabilization built in that they're talking about. So there we go. Got the camera on a tripod, no stabilization on the tripod, so we're going to go test it out. Front facing camera, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Bright light, that's not too bad. 16 megapixel camera, don't forget, so there's a lot of detail in this. A lot of bright sun, a lot of detail. That looks pretty good. Okay, here we go. Got the A91 for stabilization. Just going to see how it performs, because they do say that it's got this inbuilt stabilization. So we're going to check it out, see how well it performs. Doesn't look too bad. So there we go. Got the Oppo A91 rear facing camera with stabilization built in on it. So we'll see how well it performs. And here's also some footage of the A91 when it's on the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 while riding bike as well. So it's pretty cool. So the A91 comes with a 48 megapixel rear camera, an 8 megapixel wide angle, and then a depth sensor and a black and white sensor. And that's to get all these portrait shots and beauty modes and all that sort of thing. So it's pretty cool. And as you can see, you get some pretty good photos with it. So the Oppo A91 comes with beautification mode and all these different algorithms to help beautify the subject. Now I know I don't need beautifying, but let's see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to go front facing camera, photo, beauty mode on, and HDR's on auto. So the first shot, statue behind me looks to have a bit more beautification than me. Front facing camera is 16 megapixels, so it's no slouch when it comes to the megapixel. So the A91 has beautification mode, HDR mode. I think it's got 137 different points for an algorithm to help beautify you. Now I don't need beautifying, but let's take a quick photo and see how it turns out with the statue beautifying us. Now we're going to do it with the rear facing camera. And I'm going to put the timer on. 3-second timer. 1, 2, 3. Let's check out the photo. I've been extremely beautified. I can intensify the beauty mode, so let's have a crack at that. Beauty mode, HDR on, and 3, 2, 1. I feel sick using beauty mode. Man, it makes my skin look so soft and beautiful. So there we go, you can see that beauty mode definitely works. As I said, that's HDR mode as well, and also razzle dazzle color. What's it called? Dazzle color, not razzle dazzle, but maybe we'll call it razzle dazzle color. Okay, now I'm going to try the portrait mode. So this is where it's going to extremely blur out the background and have me in focus. So let's try that out. Still got the timer on, and it has to process that, so a little bit of processing going on. Not too bad, not too bad. It's a very wide angle photo. Now the built-in stabilization in this camera is only on the rear facing camera, not the front facings, but if you look at this footage, you can see that the stabilization on the rear is pretty good. Now there's some jello stuff going on, it's very digital, but it's a $450 device. And the stabilization is actually a mixture of software and gyroscope technology. So a bit of software, a bit of hardware, and it actually works quite well. You also got to remember the Oppo A91 actually has AI beautification mode enabled in video as well. Not that I need it, but this guy might. One thing, the Oppo A91 has 4000 milliamp hour battery, which is just 2-day battery life for me. That guy's checking out the video. What's that microphone on top? Yeah, so A91, 2-day battery life. That's gaming, social media, multimedia, everything. It's 2-day battery life. The Oppo A91 battery is also good throughout the day. Even when you're doing photography and video work, it still holds up the battery life. I mean, my Pixel 3 needs charging by 4 PM every day. Oppo A91 doesn't need charging for 2 days. Ugh. That's my favourite. Just going into tent world, maybe buy a tent. The missus will kill me if we buy a tent. So we just bought a tent. However, use the A91 to look up the instructions in bright sunlight. Let's go set up the tent. One thing I love with the Oppo A91 is the speed of the fingerprint scanner. 0.32 of a second to unlock it. And if you can get your finger to it quick enough, it's normally already unlocked by the face unlocker. Now it also has a 6.4 inch Full HD AMOLED display on a device that's less than $500. So you've got 0.32 of a second to unlock it, you've got face unlock, you've got Full HD display, 2-day battery life. I'm digging the Oppo A91. Now in direct sunlight, the screen is not too bad. I can clearly see what I'm doing on it. It's a bit overcast today, but the sun's coming and going, but it's still nice and visible. I don't have any issues with this display. I think it's only 425 ppi, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like Full HD, crispy clear, no problems. But one thing I do like is the actual build and design. I mean, not only does it look amazing, this is the blazing blue color. It also comes in black, but blazing blue would be my call. Looks great. It's 7.9 millimeters thick. So that is tiny. That is the sort of phone you want just slipped in your pocket. You know, these big bulky phones, their days have come and gone, I believe, and we're going back to downsizing our phone sizes. And 7.9 mil is definitely downsizing. So this is the ultra wide angle on the Oppo A91. Whoa! I could fly a drone in this tent. Let me talk about gaming and performance. Now, just quickly, there's a full video here going through gaming and performance. You can watch that to your heart's content. I'll just tell you quickly, I played PUBG, Leo's Fortune, Asphalt 9, and all of them just could not have been more smoother on the Oppo A91. Now that is because of HyperBoost 2.0 and Game Boost 2.0. HyperBoost allows for better battery life during gaming and high performance, and also for quick app opening speed. And Game Boost just speeds everything up and increases the speed of PUBG Mobile by up to 55%. So you get hardly any skip frame rates and no latency or anything like that. Amazing. So definitely don't fly your drone in a tent, and make sure you game on the Oppo A91. A couple other things with the A91 is screen dimming. And this is some technology that reduces anti-flicker. So it's easier on your eyes, you know, if you're using your phone before bed and stuff like that, which I don't recommend you do, but it's certainly some of the technology included in the Oppo phones. And one thing I've noticed with Oppo, they release these phones with technology that's like 80% there, and everyone else holds off, and Oppo's always the first to release it. So massive kudos to Oppo for being the one that tries the new stuff. And I just got a message off my wife saying I'm in trouble for flying a drone in the tent and ripping it. So Gorilla Glass 5. Now Corning says that can stand 80% of drops at 1.5 meters. Now your phone might break on the first one or on the 80th one, but it withstands 80% of drops from 1.5 meters. So that's pretty cool, and it's really great technology to have in a low to mid-range device. What are my top features? 1, anti-shake video, or that stabilized footage. I mean, it's not cinematic, groundbreaking video footage, but for mid-range, anti-shake video is pretty cool. So if you're vlogging, it's pretty stable, and you can see from the videos from earlier today, and also while I was out riding a bike. Granted, I had it on the DJI Osmo Mobile 3, but that was super steady, and I don't think it would have been that steady on another phone with the same gimbal. So it's pretty cool. Okay, well, what a fun day that was shooting on the Oppo A91. I've been using it for a couple of weeks, and I have to say it's a pretty good device for a mid-range phone. A couple of things I didn't really cover off though that I wanted to make sure I left you with some good information. ColorOS 6.1 Android 9 is the current software on the Oppo A91, and for me it is amazing software these days. I have spoken before in the past about how Oppo struggled with its software, tried to copy Apple and didn't really know what its identity was. Today Oppo ColorOS is its own software. It's super fast, super optimized in terms of battery life and performance, and you won't have any problems with the Oppo software. There are a couple of things that are a little bit quirky and a little bit different that you do have to get used to, but there is no major flaws with the software. I install Nova Launcher just because it's one of my favorite launchers. If I'm not running pure Android, I run Nova Launcher. Doesn't matter if it's a Galaxy phone or an Oppo phone, I tend to run Nova Launcher. So you can see that in this video as well. And just to summarize, the device looks amazing, and then that blue color, that's blazing blue. There's also that black color that I mentioned in the review. VOOC charging, I mean, it's just so many great little features on this phone that you won't be disappointed. So if 450, 500 Aussie dollars is within your price range, this is a phone you need to be considering. That's pretty much the review. Thank you for watching. Hit the comments down below, thumbs up, subscribe, and if you do decide to buy one, make sure you use my links down below. That would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Check ya!